guys, welcome to this edition of the Scott's Takes podcast series. I am delighted to have Matt Wolff, founder and CEO of Ticket Time Machine. Matt, how are you today?
Scott, I'm hungry and I'm ready for sundown, so I can not keep it lean and clean and eat my loaded bagels with lox and whitefish and cream cheese. Although that's not terrible. It's not terrible.
Oh boy. So for those of you who know, Matt and I are both Jewish. We are recording this on Yom Kippur, by the way. And after I saw services, people are going on Zoom because of COVID, I felt it was necessary that I could record a Scott Take podcast series on Yom Kippur before sundown and so forth. So happy Yom Tov. Matt's hungry. He's ready to eat a lot of food at sundown. Unfortunately, not keeping it lean and clean. But Matt, just like you did with me a few weeks ago when I was on the Wolf Den, introduce yourself. I don't want to be that Jewish rabbi that introduces somebody at a funeral like they're already dead and have no idea who they are.
Yeah, that's how I like to explain it too. I'm Matt Wolff. I'm founder and CEO of Ticket Time Machine. Ticket Time Machine is a commemorative ticket company. We are keeping the printed memory alive. We have specialty tickets. We have old school type tickets as well. And just trying to help commemorate events that should be commemorated. I have a show called The Wolf Den, as you mentioned. It's a podcast, more of a talk show, kind of light conversation, talking about what people are passionate about and working on, and all sports, entertainment, music, movies. We talk about mental health a lot. I'm a Same Here CEO, and anything really equality. Any conversation that someone wants to have to talk about, come on, let's do it.
Awesome. And I really enjoyed being on your podcast a few weeks ago on the Wolf Den. We'll put that in my YouTube link for folks to tune in and watch. So Matt, diving right into commemorative tickets. You have an interesting business model. I can definitely appreciate it. Tell me like how you started the Ticket Time Machine and like what you think of mobile tickets kind of taking over the landscape, obviously because of COVID, but it was coming anyways. And like how like fans don't get that commemorative ticket feeling anymore.
Yeah, so I'll go backwards here. COVID is really the scapegoat for why everything was going mobile anyway. And that kind of escalated it and made it go a lot faster. But there's no difference between me holding my phone like this and me holding a ticket to be scanned. There's zero difference. I was at a lot of events this past week, and I bought 50-50 raffles. They give me a printout of the why do they not have it mobile 50-50? Why? Because they won't sell half as many if they did. Nobody's buying a mobile 50-50 thing. So they need to print it out for you. So a lot of this is under the kind of the guise of safety, the appearance of safety. You know, perception is greater than reality. I talk about the COVID sniffing dogs at the Miami Heat game. Did you see that?
I did see that. That was wild.
It's wild, right? You want to know how I know that these don't work? Because that's the only game that we ever saw it at. So if it worked, it would be at every game across every stadium. But people felt safer about it. It's like the Tommy Boy guarantee, right? You know that line? You want me to put guarantee on it? I'll put guarantee on it. So that's the talk about mobile. Everything's going digital, and we embrace that. We're not looking to replace admission. We understand that they want to go digital. They'll save money. They'll keep your data and be able to track it. But what we do want to do is the fan to have the ability to have a printed keepsake, some type of memory from the game. And we think it should be in the form of a ticket, a credential, call it what you want. If I talk to 10 different people, they'll give you a different definition of ticket. Some people will actually say, this isn't a ticket because it says reprint on it. Mm-hmm. It got me into the game. So that was my admission ticket. And, but so that's what we do. You know, we want people to have the ability to do it. We're not telling teams and events that you have to give it away, sell it. You have space on the back for advertising. Just don't gouge people about it. Like there are people, you know, charging $25 for a ticket. I would never charge $25 for one of these tickets. Even the animated ones, we wouldn't charge $25 for that. And these are some of the nicest stuff, much nicer than the stuff that's out there. So that's what we do. We're keeping the print. It's very easy. We're selling memories is what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. For sure, and then that's great. I think it's definitely a unique concept. Obviously, I mean, I guess you're competing with the Walden Williams, the big guys of the world that have been doing it for years. That where their business has got hurt tremendously because of mobile tickets, with teams not printing out stock anymore. But really, I mean, I think it's a fantastic way to come in and really like have that value asset for festivals, for teams or consumers and so forth. Like, what other verticals are you working on to expand your business?
Yeah, I just want to make it. You mentioned Weldon Williams and Lick, and maybe people don't know,
Yeah.
but we don't really compete with them because we actually partner with WWL and work on them
Mhm.
stuff. But they're a printing company. I'm a commemorative ticket company, so I understand what the fan wants and what a commemorative ticket or a product should be, and that's the difference between Weldon Williams and Lick, who's basically going to say, "All right, what do you want? We'll print it." And people don't know any better out there, so they say, all right, this is what's available, let's go. But I know that didn't answer your question. That was the last one. Everything, any event that people want to commemorate. We did a commemorative ticket or pass for our wedding, a commemorative item. This is something that, again, we did for Keegan. It's a trading card. It's got a QR code it pushes. We have augmented reality experiences that we're doing. So basically any event, whether it requires a ticket for admission or not, we're trying to talk to the Little League World Series, which doesn't require a ticket. But wouldn't you love to have a ticket for a game that your kid played in, or if
Sure.
it's a game you played in? So we can make that happen. We can customize and personalize it. We're working on some augmented reality. We have a partnership with Maxagram. Check them out, Maxagram. It's augmented reality. So we're really taking this to a whole new level, not just a ticket. But it's an experience is what we're trying to do. Bridge the digital with the physical, give fans what they want, give value for the sponsors and brand partners, enhance the experience. And I kind of operate on an everybody wins model. And it's like everybody wins. It could be win, 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 win. There's a lot of people involved, the customer, the team, the event, the sponsor. So there's a lot of people involved, and we can make a product and an offering where truly everybody wins. It's good for everybody, which is what everyone should do when they're looking at creating a product or an experience or a business deal. But that's just not the case.
No, definitely well said, and definitely great value propositions there for everybody to use. And diving right into too, and we kind of talked about it when I was on your podcast and your thoughts and ticketing. I think like over the last 30 days since we last spoke, like right now is the best time for consumers to find great deals on tickets. I talk about it all the time with markets crashing in college football, Major League Baseball on Scott's takes. You seem to be all for the consumer getting the deal, rights holder. So
Yeah.
expand on that more.
Well, look, I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan. I go to hundreds of events every year, and I hate that I have to pay a ridiculous amount of money because someone just bought a ticket. I have another thing. We got a ticket from the Rams game, and I don't know what I did with it. Hopefully I didn't lose it. But I actually got them to print me a ticket, and I have someone who wants to pay me $300 for it because it was Justin Fields' debut.
No kidding.
So I'm not a huge fan of someone taking something and buying all this stuff to resell it, whether it's a ticket, a trading card, a printed ticket, whatever that might be. Star Wars, the things that they have with the collectibles in Target and all that. And so it's, it's hard. It's hard as a fan, and I'm a fan. And that's why I started the company. I don't even know if I answered that question. You can read it on Ticket Time Machine. But basically, I collect tickets. I went to an event, and they wouldn't print me a ticket. They wanted to charge me $20 for a ticket that cost them a nickel. And when someone's asking you to pay $20 for this, it's not because they want you to pay $20. It's because they want you to get it out of your head that this is the thing that you want. So they're trying to get you to be, and that's fine. I don't mind that, but I'm a fan. And I was just talking to my wife today, like, I'm a fan. I've always been a fan person. I've always been an employee person and a customer person, not a company person. And I'm going to run my company that way. And I'm going to be just fine because I don't need to be greedy. We'll make enough money and we'll make people happy by giving them what they want. And we'll make the future employees of Ticket Time Machine happy because it's going to be a place that they want to work at, not some corporate thing that has our rules and this is it. And, we rule with an iron fist. I just think that's not the way. So I always operate as a fan. And it's just terrible I paid $140 to park my car at the USC game
Wow.
because the wording on the Rams website was not clear. We got there, we could have paid $75 right there, but it was not clear. They said, don't go without a pass. I didn't buy it from them. I bought it from someone else, and I paid twice as much money to park. So it's just, and let's just think, like, I could have spent that $75 on merchandise or on food and drink, right? So if you're going to spend X amount of dollars, which I think the average person understands what they're going to spend, right? Why not give them the best value out of that? I don't care what you charge me, but if I want a soda, a hot dog, a ticket, and this, I don't care if it's $99 for the ticket and a quarter for everything else, or you break it down as 25 each. I just want to know what the total cost is and what's it going to cost me, because this is how much I want to spend, and I don't care what you break it down as.
That's fantastic. And while you were talking there, our producer, Mike Fish, big Justin Fields fan, big Bears fan, not a pretty sight for the Chicago Bears versus the Rams this weekend in LA. But that overall seemed like an awesome weekend for you, Nell. You went from LA to Vegas. Like, how are those like stadiums? Like, they look amazing.
Yeah, so they're both great stadiums. The Rams stadium is like nothing I've ever seen. The Jumbotron there is the best Jumbotron I've ever seen in my entire life. And I couldn't even tell you who the closest second is. It's not even close. Beautiful stadium.
Not even Jerry
in the house.
Yeah. I thought Jerry's World in Dallas, AT&T Stadium, was amazing. I guess LA puts it on steroids.
See, I hate the Dallas. I think that Jumbotron is obnoxious. It's Jerry being Jerry. And if you can watch the video of this, just the look of it, it's slim, it's neat looking. The content that they put up on there, it doesn't invade the vision of trying, it doesn't distract you from watching the game. Now, Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, very nice looking, but it's very cookie cutter and generic. And if I'm spending $2 billion on a stadium, you should have something unique, like I think what the Rams did, but both very nice.
That's awesome. And let's dive into the same here movement with mental health, obviously a big issue. It's gone viral over the last couple of years. A lot of people coming out that they have mental health issues. And I think it's a very important topic also, because we all go through some ups and downs in life. Explain your involvement in the Same Here movement as CEO and the mental health.
Yeah, so it gets confused all the time. I'm a Same Here CEO. I'm not CEO of Same Here. That's Eric Cussin. He is the CEO, the founder of Same Here, which is a global mental health movement. I connected with Eric maybe 2 years ago, and was actually wanting to talk to him about his sports background. And if you know anything about Eric, he likes to talk, and it quickly came into an hour conversation about mental health, because I was going through some stuff. And I ended up sharing my story, and then he came to me and said, look, we're starting this Same Here CEO arm, which is basically just having CEO and high-level executives talk about their experiences and creating an environment where people feel safe to talk about their feelings and experiences, because that's a big thing. There's a big stigma about mental health, and people don't feel comfortable doing it. So our feeling is, if you start at the top, make that environment comfortable, that more people will talk about it. One of their hashtags is 5 and 5, which means everybody is dealing with some type of mental health issue. Some have different levels than other. I've had people on the Wolff Den, and I've talked to, including the founders, who have had were close to killing themselves. Right? I was in a dark place, but was never anywhere near to that. And so you just never know who's dealing with what. And it's great, Naomi Osaka's and Kevin Love and Robin Leonard of Vegas was a part of. But the average person doesn't have the ability to just not go to work tomorrow, right? I mean, Naomi Osaka, I applaud her for what she did, but she is privileged to be able to do that. And so we need to have the conversation and keep having the conversation. We say 5 and 5, we say be here tomorrow, mental health is health, all of that, which makes sense. But there's so many causes out there and conversations that it's like, all right, this is Suicide Prevention Month, so we'll give it some attention. And this is Black History Month, so we'll give it some. Well, let's do it year round. It's good to have a month and a week and a day, but this stuff needs to be handled year round. And it's just, I don't think you need to throw money at it, although there is money that could be helped, especially with people walking around, homeless people. And we talk about this recount in California, right? You know how much money they wasted on that?
Ridiculous,
Yeah,
ridiculous.
I mean, they could have had like health or feed homeless or create shelter. I mean, there's just so much that people could have done, and the people have money. It's not my place to tell you how to spend your money, but I'm gonna have my opinion on how you do spend it, and so I'm gonna champion for that every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
For sure. And then our producer Mike put up a graphic for the St. Hero movement. Fantastic what you do, Matt, to help out Eric Cussin. Know Eric well, too, from the sports space through the years. And it's fantastic that he's involved and he came out and many other people did also. And I know you're anxious here. One last, you got the
Yeah,
head on.
so my just the last thing on Same Here, I have a twin brother, ran an Ironman, and he used to run for Fuck Cancer. And we obviously, our family has some mental health stuff, and it's it's mild, but it's still, regardless of what level you're at, it means something to someone. It could be paralyzing. So when he ran his Ironman, he decided to start the Same Here endurance team. And this is a hat that he got. It's literally the nicest hat I've ever seen in my life. It's dry fit. It's just a beautiful hat. But anyway, he's starting the Same Here endurance team. So it's just another thing to, it's good that people want to help, and we need more help. And so anyone who wants can reach out to me. If you're a CEO, let's talk about getting it for your company. If you're an athlete or an influencer, we can get you in touch with Eric to talk about that. But I think it's really important. And there's so many important things. It's hard to figure out, where do I delegate my time, my energy, and my money to? You can't do it all. And so we're trying to take a piece of that. Same way cancer is trying to get attention to it, and the equality and the women's equality and all of that stuff. It's just hard to get all of it, and we just need so much help.
For sure. And awesome work what you're doing there, man. And really, last question I have, you asked me the same question on your on the Wolf Den, is if you can spend a day with anybody, who would that be?
Yeah, I mean, I think about it every time I ask it, because then we've had people who said some names that I would want to, like Obama would be perfect for me. I'd love to spend a day playing basketball with Obama and just kind of having a beer and talking about stuff. Tebow is someone I would love to have, spend a day with to kind of talk. But I'm going to go a little bit differently and say Jason Bateman. I want to spend a day with Jason Bateman. He's my favorite actor, just funny as heck. And but there's so many people. I mean, it's so hard to think about. Like, I'd love to spend a day with Billy Joel. I'd love to spend a day with comedians like John Mulaney and Seinfeld. But I'm going to go with Jason Bateman. We'll just kind of, I don't know, watch movies or shows and eat and drink, and probably not keep it lean and clean like you. We try and keep it lean and clean as much as we can. We're like a Monday through Friday, keep it lean and clean. And then like weekends and vacations and events and traveling, I haven't figured out the secret to that.
It's just a lifestyle, man. Yeah. And you'll get there. And yeah, I mean, I'm a freak. I mean, I'm 7 days a week with it. I barely cheat. I cheat like once a quarter. I give myself once a quarter. But
what do you cheat with? What does that mean?
Once a quarter for me of cheating is going to have like a pasta or like a Dairy Queen Blizzard, but I limit it to once a quarter. Like, that's it. Like,
you're gonna cheat. It's like the weird thing that the people say, like, if I'm gonna cheat, it's got to be a hot girl, which makes no sense, right?
Ridiculous, yeah.
You're cheating. Your wife doesn't care if you cheated with a hot girl or the ugliest girl in the world. It's still cheating. But but in this case, I would say have yourself like a bacon cheeseburger or something outrageous.
I know, right?
Yeah, well, I have plenty I can help you out with.
For sure, I'll ask you for Q4. Well, Matt, thanks again for coming on today. Matt's founder of Ticket Time Machine. Check him out there. Check him out on the Wolf Den on LinkedIn. Pretty much like 4 or 5 days a week, right, on LinkedIn and Facebook. Has guests every day. Fantastic to tune in. And Matt, I'll let you say the hashtag one more time before we sign off.
Well, the tickets are coming. Mobile tickets are lame. There's a ton of them. Same here. 5 and 5. Be here tomorrow. Mental health is health. the Wolf Den, hashtag the Wolf Den. I appreciate the time. Love the content that you're doing, and looking forward to being on each other's shows in the future.
Thank you, Matt, and keep it lean and clean.